and honor to your house. God Shem Yahushai.
God Shem Kodash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Stone. Shalom. To all the brothers out there pushing this truth in all sincerity and in all honesty. You know, we're basically James of Jamaica. You know, I'm out here in Portland, Tony, Portland. One more, you know, Friday night, you know, prophesying on the downfall, you know, of Esau, Edom Kingdom. Right, and we can clearly see that right now that you know, the society is coming to an end. You see, rapidly, you know, based off of what's happening right now. You know, all the prophecies and all the things them basically are put into place in order to basically bring about destruction of the society. Right, so our deliverance is very close. As scripture said, it's high time to awake. Matter of fact, brother, can bring up the scripture for me? Romans 13 and verse 11. Right?
So Romans 13, verse 11.
Go on.
Okay. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Because and that knowing the time, that now is what? High time to awake out of sleep. Now the time, you know, we're supposed to, you know, stay in focus here. Right? Scripture says, as I see the day approaching, we're supposed to basically, right? But by the time we're supposed to basically, you know, basically frame of mind to leave the society. As scripture says, now, yeah, bring up brother. 2 Peter 3, and start at verse 10. Like, good?
3 and verse 10.
Yeah, shut up.
This is 2 Peter 3 and verse 10 says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
So this is what the scripture said. The day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. You know, if you own a watch, you know, how shall I, you know, going back 2,000 years ago, say, watch as well as pray. Right? So scripture said the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Because majority of people are not looking for, you know, the second coming of the Lord and Savior, your house shall. Right? They are looking for things, you know, basically bounce back, you know, back to normal. Right? Because the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. What?
In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
And what will basically be that great noise? These ICBM missiles, they're going to basically use in the time to come. Right? You're seeing the nuclear threat in the news, you know, now. You see the back and forward, you know, between, you know, Russia and America, which ultimately going to basically lead to this third world war destruction, according to Bible prophecy. Right? One?
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Because all these pretty places in America, you know, these pretty lakes, these pretty cities, it's what the scripture says going to take place in the time to come. The elements going to melt with a fervent heat. What?
Also, and the worms that are therein shall be burnt up.
Because after this destruction, you know, we're going to basically rule. Yahushua King David on down. See how Bashmir Shai going to get rid of this wicked society altogether. Right? And anything left back after this nuclear destruction they're about to come up on the earth. Scripture say, the elect are grow in the world and they're going to burn up all the weaponry and all these things. Because we're not going to need these things in our kingdom to come. Right? So the society going to get destroyed along with, you know, every single thing, yo. Right? Because this society is a corrupt society, ruled by who? Esau, Edom. And how Bashmir Shai, you're about to put an end to it. That's the reason why things happening so speedily right now. Right? Because she said what? The Lord has 80 days for the elect's sake. I cut the time short. Right? Go on, brother.
Says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
What?
Says, looking for...
This is the point that they want to get to. Right? This is the right mindset that we're supposed to be in right now. Seeing all these things happening right now. You know, we've been speaking, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashmir Shai, starting from the apostles and the elders on down, about all these things happening right now for years. Now we're at the time now when they will come to pass. Right? This is the right mindset we're supposed to be in this time of living in. Go on, brother, read it again.
Says, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of Yahweh, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to the promise,
according to his promise, one,
look for a new heavens and a new earth.
So we look for a righteous kingdom, ruled by a righteous leader, right? Which is Yahushua. That's what we're looking for right now. Because we're tired of this society, we're tired of being oppressed, you know, by Esau, Edom, and these Eden nation, and also two our people. Right? So we're looking at righteous kingdom. Right? Apostle Gabriel said, you know, we basically when I live, we exist. Right? We exist right now. When the kingdom to come, we're gonna live here. We're gonna finally can basically live. Right? Because even until this very day, we're still a slave, you know, under the so-called white man. Right? Go on, brother.
It's new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Done.
It says, wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless.
So we're supposed to be what? Diligent. Right? You know, I think 2 Peter 1 and 10. It said, rather, virgin, be diligent to make a calling, an election sure, and if you do these things, you shall not fall. You're supposed to stay, you know, just focus on this truth, especially in these times. Right? What about the
Romans 13 and 11, we say, and that knowing the time, now is high time for we to sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
Now is our salvation, now is our deliverance. Right? See, but so when all these things come to pass, we're supposed to what? Lift up our head, because our redemption joint nigh. Our deliverance is very close here. Okay. Right, go on.
The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off all works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
This is 2 Ezra 9 and 1. He said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time where the eyes will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High made of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Because you know, declaring the end from the beginning, right? And from ancient times, it can have been done, right? So now we see the prophecies them, you know, popping off right now, you know, swiftly and speedily right now. Everything are basically moving fast, right? Because we're actually in that time, right? What?
For as all that is made in the world at the beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
The end is manifest, right? Because you know, at the end it shall speak. Those are the prophecies them speaking clearly right now, right?
This is Habakkuk 2, start of verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am approved.
Basically, when the watchman today, right, going back to ancient time, you know, you have the watchman on the tower, you know, looking out, you know, if basically the danger, you know, I sound an alarm. Warn the people in the city that, you know, you have, you know, a army, you know, or something basically coming, right? So we are the watchman today, because how about Shai, you know, give us the understanding of basically scripture, the prophecies there, right? So we've been watching all the prophecies there for years come to pass, and now we're in a time now come to pass, right? And the scripture says we're supposed to warn our people, right? Whether they want to hear yes or no, right? So when these things come to pass, right, them can't say them they never basically hear still. They never hear this word of Yahweh Shemir Shai. Because you can say, then shall they be known that there be no prophet among them.
And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Right, and Paul liking, you know, being in this truth as a race. Right? One.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
No, the prophecies them speaking. Clearly right now we can see that. The prophecies them speaking. Right? So we're getting ready right now to enter into that time, you know, the scripture speaking about, right? The time of Jacob's trouble. They're gonna be like no other time. That's what we're getting ready for basically entering right now. Right? Greatest chaos, the greatest destruction will ever take place on the planet. That's the time we're basically heading into right now, swiftly and speedily. Right?
Ezekiel 33 and 1. Again, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for a watchman. If when he see the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and want people.
And so we do it. We don't want our people of all these things to come. Right? All these things are basically befall them in the time to come here. Right? What?
Then verse 4, Ezekiel 33 and 4 when then whosoever hear the sound of the trumpet,
whosoever hear the sound of the trumpet, right? What?
And take it not warning.
And take not warning. So all who basically been hearing us, pushing this truth for years, right? Because I know a lot of people, watch, videos them to get entertained, right? Years warning them about these things, right? A lot of people even when 2020, the whole thing started 2020, you have a lot of, our people that say a long time we talk about them thing there, right? But the how Bashmir Shine are the cheerleader. You see, they're with him or they're against him. Right, so a lot of them have been hearing us for years, but they don't take heed. Right? So with their mouth they show much love, but their heart is far from me. Right, continue, brother.
If the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
God.
He had heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his own soul.
God said, he that will take it warning shall deliver his soul. Right, so all who take heed and turn back to the Heavenly Father, and continue on this path until the end, you're going to get delivered. Right?
This is Ezekiel 21 and verse 8 says, Again the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord. Say a sword is sharpened and also furbished.
You see the sword sharpening right now. Right? You see destruction, the third word is what destruction preparing right now. Right? As I mentioned earlier on, you see the nuclear threat. Right? Basically in the news. The ultimate sword gonna use in the time to come. Right? We see the famine, the shortage of food. Basically these news been speaking about now. Right? I've been speaking about this famine for years. Now we see it in the news now, frequently. So in that time.
It says, it is sharpened to make a sore slaughter.
It is sharpened to make our sore slaughter. What?
It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?
Should we then make mirth? Right, there's a question. Should we basically in a happy mood or a party vibes? The time we're living in right now, we're seeing all these things happening across the world. Esau and Edom getting ready now to basically come at us. Should we basically in a party vibes or a party mood? Right?
He condemned the rod of my son as every tree, and he had given it to me that it may be handled. The sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it to the of the slayer.
To give it into the hand of the slayer. Who is the slayer? So-called white man, Esau and Edom. Right, going back to Genesis. Right? Genesis 27, I believe, and 40. The blessing of our forefather Isaac give to Esau, Edom, which is who so-called white people today, with sword. Right? So they are basically what? Skillful to destroy. That's a blessing what them get from Genesis. So a lot of our people are going to get destroyed in the time to come. Right? What happened going back during the time of slavery to our foreparents, out in Jamaica, you have a lot of people now, so they want reparation, they want cut ties, with Britain, they want to recover republic like Barbados. That's the talk. Right, and these so-called Jamaicans from the tribe of Benjamin and speak about. But what they do to our foreparents, going back to the time of slavery, you cannot compare to what they're about to do right now. Right. We are more greater here. Right? So basically, video because rain. Right, can't fix the weather. Rain I get heavy now, so I have to stop the video.